That's a good girl. Look at you wagging your tail, you hot dog. All right, so it's the middle of summer, and if I was wearing a fur coat, I'd be hot too. It's been 90 degrees out for the last couple days, and that brings us to what we're working on in the shop. What are we working on in the shop that could bring us some nice, cool, refreshing relief from our warm winter coat? Oh, it feels so good to lay down. So we're working on the old boat. So I don't know that I've ever videoed this old thing. This is my old boat. I've had this boat almost 30 years now. I got it in 1995. I guess 25 years. I've loved this thing, but we've beat the heck out of it. It looks bad, but it actually runs perfect. How about that? It's been very well maintained until we loaned it to somebody and they broke off the skeg and the prop and the hydrofoil. They hit a rock for our wedding party 16 years ago. We had a wet wedding party. In other words, we had a floating wedding party for my wife and I when we got married 16 years ago, and we let the boat out and came back broken, but I'm not going to mention any names. It's all fixed and it's been working good since. So this is a 17-foot Maxim. It's really chalky because it's so hard to keep waxed because of the dark color. The sun beats down. The interior is ripped and torn and it looks terrible, but it runs perfect. Has the Merc Cruiser 3.0. It's 130 horsepower. I have diligently maintained this thing. Runs synthetic oil. It works great. It's not super powerful, but powerful enough. And as my kids get older, they love the tube. There's a tube there that's not inflated. It's just a big deck tube that 3 girls can get on and squeal as I whip them through the wake. I've got a bar on the top there, that what do you call that, a boom or above the thing, so you can pull skiers and air chairs and tubers, or you could hook onto the back. But I'm getting ready to do a little work to this boat because we've been using it kind of a lot. It's been hot, it gets great mileage, it does everything we need to do, and it's impervious to being damaged. Well, not impervious, but when the dog gets in it and her toenails clamp on to get traction, we're not so concerned about the interior, so don't let that get you. We put towels down. But I'm working on the back here, and since I primarily do towing, I've got a 4-blade 19 pitch prop. It's a 19 by 14 by 2.5, so it's not a it's a 4-blade, which gives it more dig and pull because I'm pulling tubers mostly. And I've got this hydrofoil fin to help the boat get on plane faster. But the hydrofoil fin takes away speed because it always is dragging in the water. The prop, of course, takes away speed because it's a 4-blade. And I had a 21 on here for a while, which made the boat go about 50 miles an hour, but it was really a dog out of the hole. The 4-blade 19 really has good hole shot, and this gets it up on plane at 12 miles an hour. But I'm discarding this. I'm getting rid of this because I think I found something better that won't take away my high speed. And that's these. They're called trim tabs. Where's the little actuators? So these little gas strut shock absorbers are going to go on the back of the boat here. I've marked off the places where I'm going to drill. I'm getting ready to drill in my hull, and I'm not super excited about drilling anything in the hull that's going to be in the water, but it is what it is. Those brackets go there, and then these tabs are automatically adjusting, and they press down on the water until you get going, and they push up, and it gives the hull a little more length, more stability, and supposedly smooths out rough water, as well gets the boat up on the plane faster, and don't create any resistance. In fact, they're supposed to give the boat a couple more mile-an-hour speed. So we're going to figure that out. Hopefully that will happen, and I'll take that hydrofoil off. We have a lot of fun with this thing, even though it's pretty beat up. The older kids are now getting into wakeboards. So we've got a wakeboard here. This boat has seen a lot of use and hasn't been abused, but I bought it 25 years ago with a torn up interior. It hasn't gotten that much worse, but when I retire, I plan on redoing the interior someday. It's been a great boat, and we're working on it today, and we'll do a little follow-up video to see how well this performs with the 3.0 little Merc Cruiser gas sipper, 130 horsepower engine, and the Alpha 1 outdrive. I think it's a 1.9 ratio outdrive. and we'll see how it pulls the kids on tubes and wakeboards with the new trim tabs, the automatic adjustable trim tabs. I'm excited to try them out, so stay tuned. I hate drilling in my hole. I hate drilling in my hole. Oh, that makes me cringe. Oh, I hate drilling in the hole. We're going to seal it up with some Loctite. Okay, so all those shavings on the shop floor there are fiberglass from my hole, which is going to be in the water. And there's my trim tab. It's installed. And I've got my, you can see there, 25-degree line. It looks about right. They're not. From the bottom of the hole to the trim tab. So I think I've got to put the other one on and take it out. Okay, it's getting really hot out there. Stella's nowhere to be seen, and I just drilled 27 holes in my hull, actually my transom. So we've got our Nautilus, called Nautilus XS, called X Smart Tabs, XS SX, sorry, trim tabs, and they're at a 25-degree angle, and as the boat starts to go, you push, well, the water will push up on these, which are really stiff, and it's supposed to make the boat get up on a plane faster, and I can get rid of my hydrofoil, which is robbing me of top end power. This boat used to go 50 miles an hour when I first got it a long time ago with a 21 pitch prop. Now it goes about 40, maybe 39, 40, fully loaded with 4 people on board, if I'm lucky, and smooth water. But that's with the hydrofoil. So we'll take it out and test it tomorrow night with the kids and see if we can make it go a little faster. But it's kind of scary to think about how thick your transom is. It's maybe an 1/8 inch thick there, and it's a little thicker toward the bottom, but there's just, it's kind of scary. You hit a big rock, you can totally break your hull. Oh well, we're not going to hit any rocks, but let's try this out and see how it works. Okay, all the kids are on tubes. They seem to be having a good time.
See if they can hang on. Down. Get down. No, honey, you're gonna fall off. Get down. Thank you. All right, hang on tight. See if Finn can last longer than John or Allie. They each lasted about a minute or less.
All right, so it got too dark too early last night to do any filming on the differences between the trim tabs and the hydrofoil, kind of an overall summary. It's a little different. The boat handles different. You know, I've owned this boat for almost 30 years. It is showing its wear, but it's been a good old boat, and I don't see a need to upgrade. Well, I do, but it's just fine. So we took off the hydrofoil, which was bolted onto the cavitation plate. Here you can see all the holes. I've had multiple hydrofoils. And I put on the trim tabs. The most noticeable difference is when you, how should I say this, you're at a rest, you're idling, and you go to hit it to pull up a tuber or a skier. There's quite a bit of bow rise, which I'd never noticed that with the hydrofoil. And once you get going, let's say on a plane, about 3,000 RPM, probably 20 miles an hour, it just feels like the boat glides better and like wants to hit the red line better. So it's kind of a new experience. Seems like it's working out well. Anyhow, they worked out good. I was concerned that drilling through my hole or drilling through my transom might cause a leak. That was not to be the case. Didn't have any. That's all the bilge water that's been in the boat all night, so that's not too bad. So yeah, we'll try it out some more. But we had a lot of kids in the boat. We had 4 kids plus 2 adults and a dog in coolers. It was hard to gauge if there was any performance increase. I don't think so. Maybe I gained a mile an hour. It seems like I gained a little bit of RPM, like maybe 100 RPM with less drag on the water with the trim tabs versus the hydrofoil. But the jury's still out on that. But it was super fun. We had a great time. The boat's drying out, and it's raining today, so we probably won't go out, but we had a really good time. There you go. Those are my thoughts and conclusions on the trim tabs. I think it gave me a little bit more top end, which is nice, and didn't seem to compromise the whole shot.